What is up, guys? I am out here at BTF. We got parts everywhere. We got a fender here on the race truck. Of course, when I start a video, they start chopping and grinding. But as you can see here, we're a little wide. So those are the Xterra fenders that I just put on there. I haven't had them on since we got the front end. Front end is all up and done. Well, not all up and done. It's all mocked up. The new spindles, the new arms and stuff are all mocked up. As you can see, the truck's still in disarray, but it is coming along. Some more stuff back here. As you can see, let's see here. He's got some mounts for the tie off the tires. The fuel cell is all wrapped up. Is put on some bump stops. Let's see if we can get these bump stops right here. So that's good. It's right where the shock is, and then a bump stop is going to be. Let's see if we can get the bump stops as best I can. I don't know. They're in there, I promise. I'll post some pictures of them so you can see a little bit better. But yeah, we just talked about braking. I'm gonna probably chuck the old master cylinder and get some Willwood stuff. I believe new Willwood master cylinders, some manual brakes, and massive issue with the wheels. So that is something that I have to figure out. So let me show you something here. Whoa. Got this new friggin' dingledy-bingledy thing, and it's, let's see if I can set it up. So let me show you something. So this is the brake hub. This surface right here. Oh, I think my battery's dying on this thing or something. Let's see if it'll do it. Nope. I'm gonna have to show you El Manuel without my. This thing's cool and all, but it's not working. So let me show you what we got going. So if you see right here, the mounting surface on like stock brakes, the mounting surface and this portion right here are very close. There's not a lot of space right here. A lot of times this space is a lot bigger on a lot of wheels and whatnot. And so the brake sits inside of this hub face. So what happens is when these wheels that I got, these KMCs, I got them custom drilled, but there's a problem because the mounting face sits here and then this hits the wheel on the inside. So just in the interim to wheel it around and stuff like that, I'm going to put a little spacer on there just to get it going around. But yeah, I don't know what I'm going to do yet. Maybe if you guys have some ideas, I may need to put some kind of different brake on there. I don't know. It's going to have to be a really thin outer brake base. So where so it's a pad, and then this portion right here is just very thin. Maybe Willwood sells something, or there's another brake company I can't remember. Stillen makes brakes for them, but it definitely can't be like a big outer piston design. It has to be like a very short design. So that's a big hurdle. In hindsight, I should have just gone race hubs and switch the rear axles out. I probably would have been out the same amount of money, but we already had the full spindles built and stuff like that, so now I'm gonna have to figure that out. So also we cut the rear, not the doors yet because we're still figuring out. The door pinch seam is gonna be right there. Now it's all, I'm sorry guys, but I'm all shaky now because I don't have my sweet new gimbal thing. But this pinch seam is right here on the door. So we're gonna cut the door, but he cut it inside so that this fits. As you can see, it's cut pretty high, and did that on both sides. And then as you can see, we had to cut, let's see if I can get a better video of this. Cut all this right here to make those big old monster tires fit. So now we're clearanced back here, and on the other side kind of get an idea of what we chopped up on the other side. And yeah, so it's coming along very, very nicely. We've got almost all of the gussets in for the cage. We've got a couple more on one side here. Gussets up in here. Yeah, this is the thing I was posting on Instagram. It's the top plate. So that's all done. It's nice because some of the stuff's painted and it doesn't look all rusty. You know, it's all just surface rust and whatnot, but it's nice to see some stuff getting a little bit more polish. The spare made some pretty luxury mounts right here. So these things come out so you can access the fuel cell. Spare's gonna go right here, tie down. So you got two spares right there, and then these will come out. This is something that fabbers do. It's a bolt through, but it's basically locked in. So if I need to get into the fuel cell and when I need to get back here to work on it, you just unbolt that, and there's two of those. That's pretty sweet. Brandon doing the things. Also some things we were talking about that we're gonna need to do. This side is still stock. He has everything for this side, but he has that the other side was we were fabbing everything up and getting all the clearances right. The brake booster, this is actually set back from the factory. There's a spacer behind it, which is this, and this is set back, but it's still really short on space in here because we're gonna have an engine cage coming. So the engine cage is gonna come through here, and then there's gonna be a piece coming through here as well. That's gonna go down to the frame. So it's gonna get really tight in there with all that stuff. Also, we were looking at the radiator. Originally, I was gonna try and keep as much stuff stock as possible, but that doesn't really work. So, come this way. So this radiator, as you can see, this is a Griffin radiator. It's not stock, but as you can see, it kind of sits way lower than this frame rail. So we're gonna order a radiator that sits up in here, in between the frame rails. So it's gonna lose a little bit of radiator right here. I'm not too worried because the stock radiator runs with the air conditioning in front of it, the condenser, evaporator, condenser. God, I always think it's a condenser. I always get those mixed up. So it's actually going to flow just as good, just from what I can tell. We shouldn't have any problems with that. And I'm covering half of the video. Other than that, there's a lot of work to be done, but Brandon's been plugging away a lot at it. Like I said, the back end is really just a little bit of just some support brackets to the body to keep the body locked in the back with the frame, and then basically cleaning it up, cleaning all those heavy cuts off the fenders and whatnot, cleaning all those up, and then it's just a matter of getting this engine cage. Engine cage is kind of the last big project. Seat mounts are in. Dash piece is close. That's not a huge thing for us because we know it fits, and it's just gonna be a matter of kind of tweaking it and stuff like that. So yeah, it's my birthday today. I turned 37, and I started this project when I was 34 and a half. So it's been a long project. I wanted to do this when I was 16. I went to the Baja, no, 18. I went to the Baja 1000, and I pit crewed with BFG. And I said one day I'm gonna have a Class 7 truck. And that was my pipe dream when I was 18, cruising the Baja. But it's coming along. I'm pretty stoked, guys. Really bummed about the wheels. These wheels are badass. Also, they're custom drilled, and now they basically don't fit anything because the bolt pattern is like pretty much Nissan specific truck, and the back spacing isn't correct. So back to the drawing board on those. I may have to get them machined. I mean, it's a super thick wheel, so they may be able to take some of that off. I don't know. I may have to, hopefully I can find some brakes that'll work. if I can find brakes that'll work, that'll be super big deal. So I'm gonna reach out to Team Xterra Racing. I know he's running some Willwoods, I believe. So hopefully that's something we can do. But other than that, I'm pretty stoked on this truck. I'm happy with all the progress. There's gonna be a lot more progress. Like I said, I just dropped off these fenders, which are way not wide enough, but at the same time, it's a race truck. It's wide, it's gnarly. I think it'll look cool when it's all said and done, no matter what. And then these rear fenders. Everybody asks me, like, what are you gonna do with the rear fenders? I'm like, well, we're gonna cut them, and then I'm gonna figure it out after I take it out and beat the piss out of it and make sure that that's how tall they need to be, you know. I'd like to glass them. I'd like to get a bunch of people in on some wide glass in the back. A lot of Explorers got them and stuff like that. But yeah, it's coming along. I'll catch you guys later. I might do some more video. If not, peace. Uh-oh, how do I turn this off? And as you can see, a lot further along than the kind of the preliminary throw together that we had going earlier. But yeah, we got, you know, full custom spindle, some serious tie rods here, really beefy upper arm. I know you can see it's kind of tight right here. This is not where it bumps. This is finding out where the exact maximum down travel is. So this will be my bump. Probably have a bump stop up here, hitting this when that goes up to full max up travel. And then you know, this is just shock placement. Figure out where these shocks are going to go. There'll be cage in here. Obviously, we had to chop some fender wells out, whatnot. Other side is not done yet, but this was to get all these pieces in to make sure where they all fit and whatnot. So I brought over the fenders, brought over some headlights and stuff like that, so he can start building the engine cage.